Hey fellas, Meat Trapper here, and as you can see, summer has arrived to the deep south. At least it feels like it. Anyway, we're going to talk about something that's a little unusual for the channel, and that is some tactical gear, or some bushcraft gear. Now, I don't do a lot of gear reviews outside of traps and trapping and snares and snare locks and that sort of thing, but I've got a little kit that I want to share with you. And I, so far, have been very pleased with it, and I think you will too. And that is Dave Canterbury's bottle kit, his little water bottle bag. Now, I've tried these in the past, and I have never been satisfied with them. I had a Condor kit that I just never used. It was too hard to get stuff in and out. It just didn't work for me. But I'm very impressed with this, and I'm going to show you a twist on the water bottle kit that I don't think you have ever seen or ever considered. Stay tuned. Okay, there are hundreds of videos on YouTube that show people's water bottle kits and what all they squirrel away in them to survive the zombie apocalypse. But usually, you know, it goes something along the lines of you know, the thing is designed to carry a Nalgene water bottle, and it does that very well. The Dave Canterbury Pathfinder school bag is really nice. Usually you got some sort of nesting cup going on, and you use that as to cook in. And then as far as a stove, they make a little nesting stove where, you know, it all fits down into here. This works really well. You can use it with twigs, you can use it with an Esbit stove, and personally, I'm an alcohol burner guy. This is a little Trangia stove, and this has a simmer ring on it. Works just fine. Just put it under this stove. Now, there are two different types of Trangia stoves. This is the military version. This is a bigger version, and it will work in the Pathfinder stove. Not a problem. See, that'll go right on top. The problem is, this doesn't have a simmer ring. The civilian stove, even though it's a little bit smaller, does have a simmer ring, and so I really prefer this stove over the larger military unit. Now, there's a couple of things you need to be aware of. This is my trusty Snow Peak Titanium 600 mug. I love this mug. It is, when you go minimalist cooking, this thing has been with me through thick and thin. The problem is, it's just a tiny bit too narrow, and it will not accept a Nalgene water bottle. See, that's not going to fit. So one of the key things in a little kit of this nature is making sure that all the components fit together. And that's one reason that I suggest, if you're going to do this, instead of buying it piecemeal, just go ahead and buy the whole kit. That way everything that you have will fit together. Now you can see this whole kit will fit in the bottle carrier, no problem. The one thing that I like about the Pathfinder bottle carrier is that it's bigger. It's 5 inches in diameter. You've got plenty of room. The front zipper pocket on here has plenty of room on it. This is a much better bag than my Condor bag. The Condor bottle bag was just too narrow. You would stuff something like this down in there, and then you had to fight to get it out. It was very, very difficult to get the stuff back out of there. This kit is much bigger and very well made. So far I have no problems, no complaints. Zippers are great. Molly webbing is good. No complaints whatsoever. Now that I've showed you what most people use this bag for, let me show you what I use it for. Alright, now that I've shown you what most people use their water bottle kits for, let me show you what I use my water bottle kit for. Most of you know I love snaring. So the first thing I have in here is 14 gauge trapping wire. That is several hundred feet of wire, and that's enough to put out a lot of snares. Fits in there fine. Look at there. The snare. Now the snare, extension cables. As a matter of fact, I have layered snare, then extension cable, then snare, then extension cable, all the way to the bottom. This holds a crap load of snares. Coiled up, they fit in here perfectly. The little outside pocket. What do I need to make a set? I've got my pliers, snares, extension cable, trapping wire, and lure. Plenty of room left over if I wanted to put flagging tape or what have you. Now, that is what I carry in my bottle kit. Now let's take a look and see exactly how many snares this is. Alright, let's see. Snares. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 snares. What about extension cables? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So in my water bottle kit, I've got 16 snares, 17 extension cables, a couple of 100 feet of trapping wire, lure, and pliers. You look at that right there, and I want you to imagine how much food that this kit can put on your table versus all of the survival gurus that are going to tell you to, put some, canned tuna or something like that in your kit. And the thing is, I'm not crushing those down and packing that kit full. I could cram more in there if I wanted to, but I value my snares. I want my snares to be in good shape and good condition, not kinked, not messed up, and ready to go. And one last thought. Instead of a Nalgene water bottle, you can put all types of plastic containers in here. A peanut butter jar fits good. This is one of these little yuppie ice cream, expensive ice cream containers, gelato. You can see it's stuff my wife eats. It's about $6 a can there. But anyway, you can store dry goods in here. If there was something that you needed to keep protected from being crushed, or if you needed to protect it from the elements or from weather, you could line your maps in here. You could put maps in there. Any type of trail mix would fit in there. Loose ammo, anything like that. So you can see what I really like about this style kit is that it's extremely versatile. You can carry the traditional Nalgene water bottle in there with your cup and your cook stove and all of the stuff. There's plenty of molly on the outside if you want to put another little pouch out here. Personally, I hate having crap hanging off everywhere, so I don't really do a whole lot of that. But if you can go the traditional way, then you can load it up like I've done with snares and make a snaring kit. Because let me tell you, this with the little shoulder strap on it works great. You just sling it over your shoulder. That way when you hop off your four-wheeler and go into the woods, you've got everything you need to make a lot of sets right there. Well, I hope that was thought-provoking, and I hope it gave an additional perspective on how you can use these kits. Remember, the kit is just, these water bottle bags are just a form factor bag. And to me, the Nalgene form factor is one of the most dominant or predominant form factors in all the outdoor industry. To me, it's a lot more common and a lot easier to find stuff that will fit into the Nalgene bottle form factor than, say, the military canteen, the you know, the old canteen cup style canteen. That form factor to me is just horrible. Once you get locked into the canteen style thing, you've gone off down a rabbit hole, in my opinion. I mean, it all works, but as you can see, the round Nalgene form factor can be used. There are a lot of containers that will fit into it, and just think outside the box. You know, I don't think I've ever seen anybody show one of these kits to be used as a snaring kit, but it really, really excels at that. You can coil those snares in there. If I wasn't using extension cables, I could easily put 40 snares in there, because the snare cable is a lot thinner than the extension cable. The extension cables are thick and they're heavy. So if I wasn't using extension cables, I could make the snares a little bit longer, and I could get a lot more snares in there. I could get 40 snares in there, have plenty of lure, plenty of wire. And when you think about catching 40 beaver, or, you know, 40 coons, or, you know, even though it's illegal in a survival situation, 40 deer, I mean, that's a ton of meat. So, you know, break out of the mold, think for yourself, and don't get stuck into just packing cans of tuna or whatever, just because that's what everybody else on YouTube does. So I hope this has been useful. If you like what you've seen, please consider subscribing and hitting the like button. And if you want more, you can go to patreon.com/meattrapper and become a subscriber of the channel. And if you do that, you unlock content that I can't put on YouTube. YouTube is really cracking down on anything conservative or outdoor or self-reliant related, gun related, anything like that. My resistance trapping series, I think we're up to episode 11 on that, is available on Patreon. All of the back episodes of Meat Trapper Radio, my podcast, are available on that, and then bonus content from time to time. And just as a little heads up, we're going to start doing some trap and equipment giveaways on Patreon. Thank you very much, and we'll see you next time.